There is a certain competition inside my skull. Insecurities used to make me crazy, now just make me dull. So I'm scouting in a western point, searching for relief. You can check out early and die while you're young. A big river and wait for the sea. The body has died, hangovers subside. With crypto and eyes, I watch the dead dolls rise. I hope it's open with the sorrow by my side. The hacks and actors are pretty and convinced. Even it's you and I who shine the love they lie. The vapor reaches.
Hi, I'm Chris Lawyer from the weight room, Richmond, Virginia, down at CrossFitter RVA with veteran strength coach and national level strongman Danny Clingenpeel to go over log lifting. An important point in lifting the log that gets missed is other than going from point A to point B, getting the log from the floor to overhead, is how to save energy in that process. So we tend to approach every log as if it's going to be a very, very hard implement for us. And that starts with getting the log from the floor into the lap as efficiently as possible. You'll see a lot of folks will use a rowing movement. We prefer to row down to the log, and Danny's going to demonstrate that by letting the bar hang and slide up the body and then rowing down to the log as opposed to rowing up into the lap. Go ahead, put it back down, do that again. You see how he just drives the floor away and then rows down under the log. The next point here is going to be efficiently getting that from the lap up to the shoulders. Elbow position is crucial here depending on the size of the lifter. Most strong men are going to be Danny's size or bigger, and they're going to have their elbows up to get a full roll into the rack position. Demonstrate that. Good. Back down to the lap, do it again. What he's trying to do is get his body under the log here, drive the hips through, and roll right up into the rack position. Good. Excellent. All right, we'll do that from the floor this time, all the way. Notice how he lets the bar hang, rows down to the lap, then hips through. Good. Nice tall rack position. The rack position for the log is elbows in, tight under the bar, and the face is looking up at the ceiling. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but you want your eyes straight up so the chin gets out of the way for the implement. All right, back down to the floor. All the way down. We're going to work. Next thing we're going to do is work on the power jerk, which is the most common and efficient technique for repping the log. This is going to take it from the rack position overhead without splitting the feet. Anybody with an Olympic lifting background will be familiar with this. Danny, go and get to the rack position and do a couple of power jerks. What he's going to do is use that. Now he's got the log up in an efficient manner. Good tight rack position, punching under it so the log doesn't have to go as high. You get strong rack. Good. Important point here is to use a shorter dip than you would with a barbell or an axle or other such implement, because the log will tend to pitch away if you squat too deep. All right, let's go to a split jerk. If you have Olympic technique in a split, this is going to be the most efficient way for a max lift. It takes a little bit more practice to master with the shorter dip, the displacement of the log, but Danny is very practiced at it. Good. You'll see how he pulls in tight in his rack position, back to the rack, elbows in, hands relaxed, good punch here, good. For recovering the split jerk, it's important the direction the bar goes and the order you move your feet. So Danny's going to get this one back overhead real quick. Row down, good. Punch the split, he'll reach the log up and back, recover the front foot first, so he can do it in half steps. He's going to look up to bring it back to the rack, look up, lower it down, and punch it back up there. Split, and reach to recover, good. Look up, back to the rack. Let's do one more. Reach, good. You'll also notice he takes his breath. He looks up, takes his breath before he lowers it, so he has a good trunk full of air. Good, all the way down. Good job. Sit. Again, I am Chris Lawyer. This is Danny Clingenpeel. We went over efficient log lifting today. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel where we'll be going over tire flipping next week.